Hi, dear one. It's Jeanette Jin Anakini, Certified Regenerative Detoxification Specialist, Alkaline Health Coach, and Clinical Iridologist, coming to you today from Nature's Source, Mississauga. I just want to thank you for being here in this series, Alkalize to Detox and Regenerate. This is episode number 7, and I'm really excited to dive deeper into the topic of diet. And I actually don't even enjoy calling it a diet, even though that's what most of us think about when we think about what we're eating. This is more of a lifestyle of abundance, of vitality. There's no lack in this. This is all living foods. This program that I offer to my clients and to you, dear one, this is fantastic for life force energy. As electrical beings, we have to realize that we have this nervous system that is very advanced. This is what separates us from the animals, yeah? And we need high life force, living foods that literally light up the nervous system. And in this program, we've had the honor to see quads and paraplegics coming out of their chairs. A friend of mine had her spine severed in 7 spots, reconnected again on the program. Yeah, I'm really excited to dive deeper with you. A lot of people have been bringing to my awareness this carnivore diet, this lion diet. I'm not sure what this is. I am sure what it is. It's basically they're only eating dead animals. And I just want to let you know that this is highly acidifying to the being. This is dead food. There's no life force at all in this. The reason there's so much healing, even with the keto diets, the reason people actually notice a difference in terms of benefiting their health is they've come off a lot of the other dead foods, like the grains, the pastas, the breads, all of these beans, legumes, all of these really lacking in life force energy foods that you would have to really germinate to get any life, sprout to get any life out of. So they've gone off of most of the offensive foods. This is like an elimination diet. And so they're noticing some good results. Wonderful, this is great. It's wonderful to experiment with the body. It's just that we are not carnivores. We don't have those long fangs, that a lion would have. People argue and say, oh no, these are fangs. No, it's not. You don't want to go and tear meat apart with your mouth, or go kill. I don't believe that any living being that's eating dead animals actually wants to go out and murder these animals every time they want to eat them. So this tells you a lot about what's actually meant for our species. And as a frugivorous species, we're not omnivorous. The anthropologists have lied to us for years, or have been mistaking what they're finding as truth, and this is not actually the case. A dog, a hog, these kind of animals are omnivorous. They can eat everything. For us, we actually are a frugivorous species. We have 98% the same anatomy as the primates. So the monkeys, the gorillas, what they eat is fruits, a diet that's high fruitarian with a little bit of plants. They will actually eat some fresh herbs, and then the only time a lot of people will argue, oh no, they eat bugs and this and that. Well, that's only when they get pushed up into the mountains by us humans, and they have nothing else. They have no other option. So let us look a little bit more into eating this animal protein. I'll be more polite in how I'm calling it. So this has a lot of karma attached to it, because you're having to actually kill. Animals too have a soul. And I personally believe in Ahimsa. If you're into yogic philosophy or yoga at all, Ahimsa is non-violence, so non-killing. Also, the Buddhists talk a lot about this relating to your karma. So in next lifetimes, this mind stream gets continued, and if you were involved in a lot of killing, you might not have the most beautiful things showing up in your life. You might have more challenges, and that would be your karma. So also, why is it that my clients who start to come off the meat feel like an immediate reduction in energy when I'm telling them, oh, eat all these living foods, you're going to feel so much life force? Well, the reason is the norepinephrine they're actually addicted to in the animal flesh when they consume animal protein. That animal, when they were murdered, had that fear and that adrenaline. If someone was coming after you, you'd have the same chemicals, you know. If someone was coming after you to kill you, you'd have those chemicals as well. So when you ingest that, it becomes quite addictive because it's stimulating. And in our culture with very weak adrenal glands, all of us are getting from our genetic constitutions and from our gene pools, we're really into the stimulants, yeah? So just know that these are very acidic choices, these are dead choices, and yeah, we actually have a diet that's specific to our species, and the difference is also in the GI tract. You know, the carnivores have one tube, mouth to anus. They eat the animal flesh and then they poop it out. With us, we have 35 feet that it will have to travel through. So it doesn't actually digest, it actually rots. And this is where the parasitic action has to come in to break it down. So if you're feeling like a lot of low energy, low vibration, it could be due to the parasites that were just in there doing their job. You know, if you put a piece of meat out on a hot day, what are you going to get? You're going to get maggots. And that's just part of the cycle of life, right? It's just decomposing. So the food that supported me to heal a C-spine injury and is getting quads and paraplegics out of their chairs, and my friend with the spinal cord industry healing up again, this is a diet that's high in fruits, berries, melons, fruit, vegetables, and botanicals. Salads, lots of fresh salads are wonderful. They actually wash the bowels. And all of these foods that I'm talking about are very high in electrical energy. So if you were to find out the vibrational energy of certain foods, you'll find that there's dead foods, like I spoke about earlier, that have zero vibration, and then there'll be very high vibrational foods, like fruits vibrate at 12,000 angstroms of energy, apparently, and we only have about 6,000 as healthy individuals. Somebody going through the C word, they call it cancer, I call it damaged cells, their energy's at about 5,000. Regardless, if you were to eat a salad, the plants, the greens vibrate at about 9,000 angstroms of energy. So what's that going to do? That's going to lift you up, right? So the fruits being the highest vibration are what we're really designed to eat, with these really complex nervous systems that are connected to the adrenal glands and help us to cope with stress, get more into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is that the opposite of fight or flight, that peaceful rest and digest state. So yeah, eat your fruits and your veggies. You know, when you heard your parents telling you that, they were on to something. They probably weren't actually eating a lot of them. When I eat fruit, I actually go out and I haul. You know, like this morning I went out and bought 10 grapefruits and juiced them. You know, you need to haul in good quality fruit into your home so that you have access to this kind of food, because in terms of like foods that are convenient, you know, we're talking a lot of gluten, you know, a lot of this dead chemistry. So I'm really excited to share more with you. There is a pyramid for detoxification that involves fasting and different levels of purification in terms of how you're ingesting, you know, certain foods, or if you're on a juice feast or something like that. So perhaps in my next video I go over that, and I just really appreciate you being here once again. Lots of love.